course, just not much went right for you guys tonight. Just what did you feel out there in terms of the way that they were able to dictate kind of everything?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, not a lot of teeth defensively. They kind of went where they wanted to with the ball, which has been a big point of emphasis for us, being way better at the point of attack this year. Then they were just kind of dribbling around the middle of the floor, and then obviously, really only Ant and Kyle, when matched up on Zion, did a good enough job of closing his space down. I mean, we talked about being more physical, taking away his runway, meeting him at the rim with multiple bodies, and we were super reluctant to do that. And then, from there, we just got soft in the middle. So,
first 2-game skid of the season, does this feel like the first real kind of patch of adversity that you guys are hitting? How do you handle it, I guess, right?
Well, I mean, we got to get our desperation back. That's the first of all. I think we got to play better. We haven't played with a lot of pop and purpose since we went to Sacramento. We've kind of been, maybe in second gear since then. So this performance had been coming for a while in the sense that we just hadn't been very sharp. I mean, there's going to be lots of ways of adversity. There's adversity in the game. There's adversity in the season. And this is just another one, but we got to fix it. We got to get our physicality back. Got to get our defense back. We got to get our identity back, which is being more physical, being bigger. On the plus side, we actually moved the ball well in the first half, and we really found a lot of really good shots, and we just couldn't connect on them, either ones at the rim or kick out threes. So we did everything we talked about there, and generally, our defense has been holding us up, but, we needed to make shots tonight because our defense was not there. So,
Chris, you mentioned taking away kind of that runway for Zion. How did you approach this matchup differently, guarding Zion versus Julius Randle in the last game? I know they're different players, but it seemed like...
Well, we put Ant on him to start. Mm-hmm. We tried to put a small on him, and he did a good job of getting up under him. Did a really good job of fighting him and making it hard. And... Julius, I can't remember the game, to be honest with you. It was more traditional matchup with the bigs. So,
talking about physicality with Zion, is the same thing needed with Ingram? I mean, it seems like he takes tough shots, but if you're not in him.
Yeah, I think with Ingram, he's definitely a tough shot maker. Jaden does a pretty good job in pursuit. It's our bigs need to be up a little bit higher to contest. I mean, it's not about just conceding those shots because they're hard shots. They're the shots that he wants to get to. So we got to do a better job of Valanciunas is just hanging you up. He's not really looking to roll. So we got to get up and contest. Of course, more physicality you can bring on the ball, the better. But primarily, I just thought our bigs were too far back, even when they were encouraged to get up.
You talked about the ball movement being so good in the first half. Is that a message you would pound home now these next couple of days? That the shots didn't fall, but those were good?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we said it during the game at halftime. I think we had 14 assists on 17 baskets. 14 of the 17 assisted. And so, I thought guys were really looking for each other, trusting the offense and really making the next play. Maybe it made us a little tentative in certain situations, but we got to keep playing that way, and things will break for us in a positive manner offensively.
The ball movement was moving around really good, but a lot of it just seemed like they were learning their lessons. They were thinking about moving the ball.
Yeah.
As opposed to having it be that natural flow that you had before.
Yeah.
I mean, is that just the first step in that process, do you think?
Well, I think so. Yeah, for sure. I think, guys were really looking to pass. I think at times maybe they passed up some shots or some drive opportunities I thought were there. But, all credit to them for trying to get everybody involved. So.
And so much of the NBA season is when you play certain teams. I mean, New Orleans played really well tonight.
Yeah, they've been playing very well in the last 6 weeks. They're a top 10 team in the league. So, but we gotta be better. We gotta be way better. And if we want to do anything in the Western Conference, we're gonna have to go through all these teams that are playing really well. So,
Chris, Ant had 6 turnovers again tonight. I mean, what do you see in his decision-making and what's happening there?
Yeah, I thought, it's just, again, probably an extra dribble into traffic. When he was getting off of it one bounce earlier, it was unlocking a lot of good things for us. So yeah, I think that's just kind of been the issue.
Chris, Jaden is typically on the perimeter, not necessarily in a rebounding sort of position, but he didn't have any rebounds tonight, and those have kind of been down recently. Do you make much of that because he's so often guarding the ball, or what do you think that's about?
Yeah, I think a lot of times he's out in the perimeter. He's guarding these, guys that are taking a lot of shots, so it's not always easy for him to get back. But he's never been a high volume rebounder, to be honest with you, anyway. So, but no rebounds is really kind of hard to explain. So